Yeah, welcome back to the Bench Points podcast. We're down to 0 mics. Got Zach on a gamer headset. Myself still on the call center one, switching it out. And our special guest, Benjamin Teske, on the old headset that I used previously, the PlayStation
Yes,
setup. So that is a gaming headset.
this is a gaming headset.
Oh yeah, I game with that.
What are we
You're,
dropping?
it's coming through pretty well. Like you guys are sounding pretty clear. So yeah, excited to be on. Thanks for having me today, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Well, I hope it doesn't sound too bad. Zach, today Tusky and I obviously live together. He's downstairs. I'm upstairs if you're watching right now. We had a day of hoop watching, and Zach and I had talked about this idea with Tusky before about how we want him to kind of observe a game. Today was 2 games. And he follows
Watch them
the
both?
league. He's into it, and we watched back-to-back games on
I
national
did too.
television today, which is great for this podcast. And I have to say, he was taking harder notes than I ever had at a game. So it's
Telling me,
great.
I took a nap.
Yeah.
They were good games. They were really, really good games to watch. And they were matchups that are pretty exciting when you think about like the postseason coming up
Well,
here.
for the first game, this is on ABC, ESPN, back-to-back great games, and I believe the Celtics and Sixers are playing as we speak. But that first game was the Spurs at the Knicks on an 11-game win streak, hottest team in the NBA coming in. And then the second game, which we'll get into, was an intense rivalry, especially when you live in Minnesota, and that's Minnesota at the Denver Nuggets. We watched them. What were you seeing in the first glimpse there, Teske? I think you wrote something down about a player that you kind of hated in this first quarter for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks, it was really, really first off, love the court. Like there was some checker print going on the court. It was just inside of the 3-point line, and then also there was some off-color checker print going on in the paint itself. Love that. Love that any kind of like difference in what a standard court is, I can get behind. Like when I think about some college basketball courts, like University of Oregon has that court with the trees going on the
Oh yeah.
sideline.
The dark one.
It
Yeah.
is dark. It's a lot darker than any of their colors. It is strange. I still like it.
University of Memphis just has like this blue court. It kind of reminds me of like that Boise State football field where it's like, okay, maybe it's a little bit too much. And it's
Yeah.
same thing with like the play-in courts, or not the play-in, excuse me, the in-season tournament courts where it's like
A bright red
maybe,
Bulls one or a neon
yeah,
Celtics one.
maybe we're doing a little bit too much with these play-in courts, but at the same time, it's fun. Like we're playing a whole lot of games here. Let's mix it up a little bit.
It was a
I
good
didn't.
court.
It was a very nice court.
Got your boy Larry David there many times. A lot of celebs pull out to the primetime games, I'll tell you that.
I
Oh
didn't know.
yes.
I didn't know whose court it was at first.
The New York Knicks court, as in like, what is
I
this
thought it
supposed
could
to
be the
be?
Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs have
No,
they were wearing the Fiesta jerseys that they kind of wear. And they have a pretty sweet court for that. That's a pretty
yeah.
special and unique one with the shapes they have. They have unique shapes also inside the 3-point line, Teskey. Um, but these Knicks, it was hard to say where this game was going to go after a big deficit right to begin.
Oh yeah. It was kind of right off the bat. We were both just a little bit nervous of, running this segment on this game because it was like 21-9 to rip off the first quarter. Like the Knicks just couldn't do anything at all. It was pretty gross. Wemby just had the game kind of on wraps. Whether they're trying to move the ball across the 3-point line, whether they're trying to drive into the paint. Like he was just energetic all over the place. He was guarding Josh Hart to start off the game, which is a little bit of a interesting matchup. Like I first see that and it's like, why wouldn't he just be guarding the other team's best guy? Why wouldn't he just be guarding Cat? Well, because he doesn't need to guard Josh Hart on the 3-point line. Like Josh Hart starts the game 0 for 3 from 3 and airballs the third three. And it's like, this makes sense. Like
They
Wemby
just
can just
roam.
let him be and roam. Yeah, he's just playing free safety out there and playing help on everybody. And then,
It might take 2 hands to count how many times people turned away from the lane. That game alone from Wemby to being down there. Mikal had a quick retreat, a hard retreat, and almost. I'm not trying to diss him. It's just hilarious seeing these grown NBA men like quickly get dismissed from the lane and be so scared to get it out of there. It
oh
happens to
yeah.
Steph with Wemby too.
This guy's
Seriously.
7'7". What do we expect?
Allegedly, 7'5".
7'4", 260, Cat said on the
He's
broadcast.
yeah, but he's doing KD things when you're rounding down.
Why would he? I just don't understand the point, especially when your height is something that can be feared.
It already is. We're talking about how it is. He
No,
doesn't
but
need to
why would he
say that
wanna?
he's
Why would he wanna like KD? Why does he want to do that?
KD wants to do it because he wants to either play a smaller position or just to be like, yo, I'm not 7 foot. Don't worry about me. I'm 6'10", but he is 7. And then same with Wemby. Wemby
KD
can
doesn't
lie.
want you to worry about a lot of things he's thinking about.
Pretty sure Wemby would round it down for draft lottery or for his draft, but
Because then eventually, with that height, people get scared of what your body will age like.
you're 7'7", dude.
I have
You've
to
never
say, this is the most fluid 7'5" and guy who takes care of his body more. Like, you know, the bigger you get, especially those heights, I don't want to say it, but like it almost looks like Bogdanovich or Marjanovic, Boban Marjanovic.
there you go.
Like that guy's like 7'3", and but he is like got
He's
Wemby
wide,
has crazy hands, crazy ears, everything like that. Like
wide
Wemby's
shoulders.
body's a different, yeah, 7'5" for these tall players. But anyways,
This
with Josh Hart not shooting well, Wemby can. That's, I mean, clearly part of the game plan, right?
he's more than 7'5", but it's all right.
I bet he is more than 7'5".
He shadows over Rudy, dude. We
Oh
both
yeah.
Yeah.
know that.
You know, I don't know. Josh Hart, I don't know what the plus minus run of, because they were down a lot during the first quarter, and the
They were
Hmm.
Knicks
down.
end the first quarter with the lead.
Oh yeah. It was Jalen Brunson just really he just put the team on his back. Like I've never been a huge Jalen Brunson guy like that. It's hard for me to really buy into this point guard that's 6'2" on a good day, and he's just going to be the one that leads the team. But wow, like it shocked me the way like this man's just. I mean, he's shooting lights out from the perimeter. Like he's able to get his floater game going. He ends the quarter on an 11-0 run, and all of a sudden the Knicks are winning. Like it was just a flip of a switch, and then they're back into it. They're up by one at the end of the first quarter, and it
They
kind of
go on a
started when
22-2 run, and then from there, coming back from double digits, and then they can get a double digit lead. Kind of changed the tone of the game, no?
oh yeah, it really started like Wemby got subbed out, and it still took a couple of minutes for like the Knicks to get back into things. It's kind of that effect of like they just got accustomed to running the offense. They were shocked in the moment when it was they can't do anything from the perimeter. They can't do anything inside. And it still took a couple of minutes to adapt. It took a couple of possessions to adapt. But then once they did, it was just rolling from there for the whole rest of the game, essentially. I mean, they got out to a little bit of a lead. Wemby even subbed back in like early in the second quarter. Still, the Knicks were just rolling. And I don't know if it was Wemby was gassed or you had mentioned to me during the broadcast, Jackson, Jokic, LeBron, these extremely high level players, they're able to use their energy at just the right times, right when they need to. And
LeBron's
I
the king of
think that
that, right,
that's
Zach?
I mean, he has to be now. He's not even. He does it now. He's not great at it right now,
Yeah.
but
I think that that's something that Wemby just hasn't quite figured out yet, that when he does, look out because the Spurs are running up and down the court, and it's like, for what? Like, you've got this guy that every time he touches it, inside the 3-point line, it feels like it's a bucket. It feels like they're going to score, whether it's him shooting a midi, whether it's him literally just jumping higher than anybody else and dunking it or laying it up or getting fouled. He's getting fouled consistently, but
It's
instead we're gonna run and gun. Instead we're gonna let Devin Vassell and De'Aaron Fox like chuck up threes, which I love the guards. I do love their guards, but slow down, guys.
mhm.
it's Wemby, there's definitely a learning curve with that, especially this is his third year. But the biggest thing I think the change from last year compared to this year is in the second year, while observing him, these fans and, just people who are casually watching the games, they see the tallest guy pull up more than ever before. Wemby used to pull up to a lot more threes than last year. And then we start this game, you know, I mean, start this season. I mean, Zach and I couldn't pass down a single Wemby game. because it was so dominant in the paint. He was making crazy dunks. He made a stupid poster against OG Anunoby this game too. Um, Speaking on the Knicks side, Zach, in order from best to worst, who's the top five Knicks players? Because sometimes it can be unclear of who's the two or three, who's the three or four.
Who the best are?
Yeah,
Brunson 1.
yep.
I like OG 2, Mikal 3, Cat 4, Josh Hart 5.
Okay, in Josh
Maybe Mitchell
Hart's, yeah,
Robinson.
where's Mitchell Robinson? Over Josh Hart or
He's
still
right there, one
below?
of them. Probably tied at fifth.
Zach, I mean Teske. What did you see from Mikal Bridges? Is he better than OG Anunoby?
Dude, Mikal Bridges should be getting a touch every possession. They should be getting the ball to Jalen Brunson, and if Jalen Brunson is out, Mikal should be getting a touch every possession. The way that this man was shooting, I just expected everything to go in.
Yeah.
It felt like you see these guys and they've just got this flamethrower and it's like, yeah, go crazy. And so it's like when if Brunson's not in, why are we not just letting Mikal run the show? And when they're both in, how is anybody going to stop us? Because yeah, you have Mikal listed at third there, Zach. Holy moly. Like this dude impressed me a lot with the way that he
Yeah,
was
well,
playing today.
he leads the league in corner threes. I'm like
Dude,
95% sure.
these corner
That's
threes, and he's fading away, putting
Yeah.
sometimes it looks like he's putting himself behind the basket parallel.
Yeah, he shot 55% from three. So I
Whew.
get it. He had 25 points, but the last four were 10, 18, 11, and 11.
Yeah,
So
and
like he's
this
not
is it
averaging
is a
20,
big moment. It's a national televised game. It's also against the top three defense. Um, Mikal,
but it's also his best game. Like he's
yes,
playing against worse defenses and doing worse.
yes, and maybe
So
this is a turning point. Who knows? The East have had great matchups. This could be a turn for the Knicks, I mean,
okay.
of
I
not
was like, he's only
questioning and gaining some chemistry. I'm not talking about turning point of Mikal Bridges. Do I expect him to average 25 for the rest of the season? Hell no.
I was like, it's only his 680th game in a row. I don't know.
Yeah,
What is a
no.
turning point?
You see what he is. But I mean, to your point, Teske, he had his opportunity for a year and a half in Brooklyn. I mean, we all expected him to kind of, with the amount of picks that were given up for him, to kind of be a strong offensive clear number two, three, especially with Cat around. Um, that's dropped off a little bit. And I remember complaints early on for the first season of Mikal Bridges last year with Tibbs. He wasn't in the game plan as much as he should have been.
Yeah, you mentioned that with Cat being there, that he's going to sit into that third option. The announcers kind of kept going back to this too, saying that like Cat's having a down year. He's taking less shots, so he's scoring less points. He's just less involved, kind of across the board. Did he have any 3-point even attempts today? Because it
He had
really didn't
one
feel like he had
Yeah.
one. Where this is a guy that's widely considered to be the best 3-point shooting big man.
self-proclaimed.
I don't know. I, sure, maybe there's not advanced stats that'll say it, but like I
No,
feel like it's kind of accepted.
Advanced stats like him
Yeah, advanced
for
stats
shooting.
probably support him on the shooting as a
Okay.
big man. But
Yeah, he's averaging 37% from three this year, almost 40 for his career. So he can
it's the
hit
only question is
threes.
you can't really. He's not no Dirk, not yet. It's
No,
hard to say if he will be.
and he's not like he doesn't impact the game defensively like at all. So it's tough. So you're like when you don't get that offense from him, you're not getting the defense from him. Like he's not that guy. That's kind of why I picked OG number two because I think he's a really good defender and he's really good on Wemby. He's a good
Dude,
defender on Wemby,
He was great on Wemby today.
right? So like
because if you put Karl Anthony Towns on Wemby during this game, how quick is Karl Anthony Towns getting two fouls in the first quarter?
he's getting roasted and toasted.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, yeah, Zach, I was watching a little bit, they showed some cameras on the cutaway of just OG's body activity and the amount of movement and pressure he puts on Wemby to haste a little bit of the involvement that he gets in with.
Hmm.
Um, he is a strong number two, Zach. I wrote down on my notes here for the case for OG Anunoby with us is is OG in his prime, the prime of his physique, prime of his offensive comfortability. Um, he just knows his role more than ever. I think he's in his prime for a championship role player. We can be the third or fourth best player on the team. It's an
I
underrated
think
player.
it almost goes back to the Macau thing of like when he shoots it, you think it's going in. I
Yeah.
think that big time with OG when he's even contested. Um, I do want to highlight Diawara
Oh
because
yeah.
he played 15 minutes and he got 13 threes up.
He
Um,
shot 13 threes. He shot a
yes,
lot. He
it
shot
was 4 for 13, but he had big ones. Kind of to stop runs, second chance points. That was killing the Spurs offensive rebounds. The Knicks had 18 offensive rebounds to the Spurs 10. Just getting that extra possession, and getting an extra shot up helps massively. You know, the numbers, if you outshoot a team by 10 to 15 a game, you're going to win because you just have that many more shot attempts. So he played well. Jose played decent, had another backcourt steal, just being a pest. Um, I think that's kind of where they won the game too. I mean, I know it was a 25-point game at the end of it, but
yeah.
it was their bench slash role players kind of rounding out the corners, I'd say.
It was
And
I mean, nothing special from Luke Cornett tonight. I mean, Teske wanted Harrison Barnes off the TV every single time he saw him.
yeah, it was the bench. It was Harrison Barnes was bad. Keldon Johnson wasn't
Keldon
great.
Johnson wasn't great. I think the best bench player today for the Spurs would be Dylan Harper.
I agree. He is the worst plus minus, but he played the most on the bench, and he had timely buckets. He there was some buckets. He only had 8 points, I believe, Dylan Harper,
He got a
but
bad
he had a
offensive call when he was going to the lane. I just feel like he was properly using his body, and I enjoy him taking those kind of takes.
he had a couple buckets that just stopped runs, which shows what you need. Like they got it within 8. The Knicks would get it back to 12, and then Harper would get a layup or create something. So you got to limit the runs. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the East have been having like the craziest games and matchups that they've been. I don't know. We get a little break from the tanking for the other 33% of the games that are on usually scheduled every other day. These East Coast matchups, it's been Cavs, Pistons, Pistons, Knicks, and then the Spurs have been doing their East road trip, getting in some good games here. I have to, and OKC, Toronto. Zach started the podcast last week by talking about the West first because he wanted to talk about the East because it's more exciting. Right now, especially with the win streak dead, I think the East is quite exciting. And is it because it's so wide open, or just these trades, or just these matchups? But I'm riding that East Coast right now, baby.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that it's exciting and it is wide open, but I feel like there's a lot of teams that are kind of just evenly matched, even kind of across the board, you know. The Pistons, they've got the best record and they look like what would be the favorite, but I do feel like a lot of those teams that sit between 2 and 5 are really, really even. And it's hard to imagine like how it's actually going to shake out for the standings, let alone in the playoffs when it really matters. So
For the viewers, two and
Yeah,
five. Number two, Boston, still 8-2, 20 and 11 on the road. Knicks 15 and 14 on the road at the 3 seed. Fourth seed is the Cavs. We'll see when James Harden. I don't know if he's playing tonight. 20-11 at home, and the Raptors and Sixers right there fighting it out in 5 and 6.
I would probably draw that line right above what you said, but it's 1 through 4 for me in the East.
Yeah, yeah, no
Pistons,
doubt about it.
Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. The Cavs get Harden. That's intriguing. The Knicks are still gelling. That's intriguing. The Pistons have the best record. That's intriguing. Celtics have Tatum looming, and why are they
Say his
still so
name.
good?
Say his name.
And why are they still good without Tatum? You
I
know,
still don't
like
know the answer fully. And why did they get even better? I mean, I get it because Peyton Pritchard's playing more of his minutes against bench players, and he will come in on some clutch times, obviously. But that's why his minutes
they're
are so up. But like, how is a guy we thought was almost curtains, Baylor Shilerman, the former first round pick for the Celtics, now making an intense contribution in his lineup time? It's just this. That's why Joe Mazzulla is, even though I didn't do it in our straw poll, Zach, he's up there for what he's able to
yeah.
do.
And they're I watched the first quarter for them. They just get open shots, man. And Kata's taking a step, and now they have Vooch off the bench. And if they win tonight, they're 40 and 20.
That is an amazing number. That is an
Mhm.
amazing number.
Yeah,
Oof. Um, you'd be surprised. Teske asked me a question today, Jackson. Who's the number one team in pace? I think of the Celtics.
I think the Hornets.
I think the Thunder. Teske named the teams. The Spurs are, I think, at 10, or no, the Timberwolves are at 10.
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
the only good team in the pace.
Oh,
Teske, you got that
sure.
pulled up?
In the top 10, your top 10 from top to bottom, Miami Heat, Utah Jazz, Atlanta Hawks, Dallas Mavericks, Chicago Bulls, Washington Wizards, Indiana Pacers, Portland Trail Blazers, Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves. You do not want to be in this list of top 10. You don't want to be assimilated with any of these teams at all.
No, which is funny because the Heat have historically been low, and they changed it
Yeah,
this
right.
year, and it's sneakily actually working for them. They're outplaying their roster right now,
Yeah,
outperforming their roster. So they've gone from historically a slow pace team to the fastest in the league, which is just a complete change up for them. Um, but yeah, the Timberwolves are the only good one, and
that's all the way
maybe that
down at
could
the
be.
10.
None of those guys have like studs that like hold on to the ball. Like I'm thinking Hawk, like the best player out of all those teams we just named might have been Jalen Johnson,
Yep.
Cooper
And if
Flag
he's
maybe.
out,
Like
yeah, and if he's out, it's yeah, CJ McCollum or something.
yeah,
You
and
know.
Jalen Johnson wants to put and wants to run.
And same with Josh Giddey and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
especially even now I'm thinking about all the Washington young players that probably like to shoot that shit or just go as fast as they can whenever they have the opportunity, you know?
Do you think these Pacers and Jazz just want to lose quick? Let's just go fast. If we miss our
Guys,
shots, we're missing quick.
quicker we get to the turnovers, quicker we get to the kick
Yeah.
balls, we gotta get going some here. Um, with the Miami Heat, Zach, I had this conversation with Teske too yesterday. Um, best American white guy last year, I think, was proclaimed Tyler Hero.
Okay.
Is the best white guy Tyler Hero again?
No.
Conkanipple? Is it
Yeah.
Cooper Flag?
One of
Or
those
is it
two.
Peyton Pritchard?
The two rookies.
Two rookies. It's a game seven series.
Mm-hmm.
What white guy would you want to have on your team?
Where
Jackson,
am
I
I
think
playing?
that you're
Oh,
forgetting.
no,
I think
no.
that you're forgetting one.
I
Yeah,
am forgetting one.
because
Go ahead. The
you
best one I
had
actually
said
named.
Jackson named Austin Reeves has taken over that title, and it's just over.
Zach?
It's tough. It's tough.
That one's
I
good.
like
See, that's the one I forgot. Now it's good, bro.
I like the rookies more than him.
That's what I had said. I said,
They're both
it's Cooper Flag to me. It's not Austin Reeves. Like, yeah, maybe Austin Reeves has better stats, but that doesn't mean that he's necessarily a better player.
he's he's the best offensive player by far. Um,
Who?
Reeves.
Yeah, okay.
He's the worst defensive player out of those three.
Over Peyton Pritchard.
No, overpaid in Pritchard. He's better.
Okay.
But I'm not. Pritchard's out. It's the rookies and Reeves probably.
And
Is the
Tyler
top
Hero's
three.
also out.
Tyler
Tyler
Hero
Hero,
and Peyton Pritchard are the honorable mentions in the top three.
Tyler Hero can join next year if he's healthy
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, and Cooper Flag might dominate this, and it might not even be a question next year.
for sure. And Khan's gonna have the most. He already has the most rookie threes. So
Yep, it's
he's a,
an interesting conversation. Just if Austin Reeves maybe didn't get injured and kept rolling with his 26 points per game, we would have named him as an all-star.
all right. You're the Hornets. Lakers call and offer Reeves for Khan. Who says no faster?
Oh, Hornets, so fast. I mean, that's not the question, I think.
I think it's a good way to preface it.
I'm kind of on the same way with you, Zach. When I talked about it with Jackson earlier, I was thinking that, so Cooper Flag and Austin Reeves, they play different positions. So it's not as easy as like a switching one for one. But if you were to replace those two and have role players that play, like Austin Reeves is going to be playing with a four that's, just think of him as completely mid. And Cooper Flag is going to play with a three that's completely mid. Who's going to have more success in the flip of a situation?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you could also just. I'm picking the rookies. I don't know what rookie yet, but like I know like contracts play into the trade thing. But let's say you're
We're
paying.
not doing that, yeah.
So let's pay. You're saying you're paying the rookies $5 million more a year. I still think you're picking the rookies. Not even just because of age. Cooper Flag impacts more of the game. Simple as that. And Khan's a better defender. Khan can create his own. He's not like he can't create his own. If he couldn't create his own, I'd say Reeves all day. But Khan can create and play better defense.
Dude, does Sabonis count?
No.
Mm, he's
I'm
probably
pretty
born in
sure
America.
he's born in America, but obviously his father is European, and I think he spent some time in Europe when he grew up. And
He's
obviously played
behind.
played in Europe before he actually came to college as well.
He's
Born
not
in
even.
Portland, Oregon, though.
He's below. He's around Tyler Hero.
But you would consider him.
Yeah, he's around Tyler Hero.
Okay.
There's not a lot of great
Which
American
was fifth,
white
yeah.
men.
Okay, does that Teske, you're awfully quiet. I think that changes it a little bit. I know he's got a season-ending surgery, so I guess he doesn't really make it for this year. As in, like, I think he played fucking 10, 15 games,
Yeah, are you going
something
to
like
bring
that.
up Pat Spencer next, or what are you doing here?
Cam Spencer, he played 19 games. Jesus.
Both of
I
them?
was just
He's
thinking
bringing
about
them
it.
both up.
I mean, Cam's better.
Also, Cam's shooting like 44% still. I remember that TikTok comment. Keep going.
Some guy was hating on Zach. I coach fourth graders, and there's a lot of games, and like they're gonna go down. Yeah, the fourth graders might. Cam
Yeah.
Spencer might keep hitting it.
I
Uh,
mentioned Cam Spencer was shooting like a crazy stat, and he's like, you can't take that as a sample size. Well, now we're like 55 games in, so I feel like that's more than your AAU tournament.
2 years combined, man. It's just hilarious. Yeah, Cam Spencer's still doing pretty well. 47% from the field and 44 from three,
Any
94% from free throw, and he
any
shot
closing
100% from free throw last year.
any closing thoughts from the Knicks game? What was Mike Brown spitting in? Did he have seeds in?
Seeds confirmed,
Big seeds
100%.
guy on the court? Jeez.
You think there's a single NBA head coach that's into two?
Nah.
Maybe the Raptors coach.
The European guy?
Hell yeah.
Do you think there's a
But
single player into two? Do you think
they
there's
do
any
cigars.
player that takes sins?
That takes Zins.
Yes.
It's hard to say no.
Because obviously they don't. There's honestly not like a whole lot of drinkers in the NBA. To my knowledge, it's a wine community. You know,
It doesn't count?
I mean, wine's a little different, man. But like, I remember when the OKC,
J-
they
just because
won
they're
the.
not
No,
gin
hold
and
on,
tonics.
hold
There was
on.
nobody on that OKC team that was even 21. Like
Yeah, true.
Okay,
Trey
that's a
McCain.
little
it was like their
fair.
first time drinking beer in the locker room.
I know
Like
that locker room was
Chet
lame
was
as
like
hell.
17. He was still at, I'm pretty sure he was still at Minnehaha.
There's got to be someone who does some zins on me. But closing thoughts on the Knicks game, man. It was a statement game. They had a statement loss against the Pistons. Did that recover that? Because they got to face the Pistons before they even face the Spurs again.
Yeah.
Maybe the
uh
Knicks just got the Spurs number because that was the NBA Cup matchup right there.
one closing thought that I had. Love the name Deuce. Love it.
Oh, McGregor.
I saw some videos of him on the bench, and it just was like Deuce is an awesome name. Like
They could
his
use
real
him.
name is Miles, but that he goes by Deuce. Awesome. And I also just learned Jose Alvarado's nickname is Jose Grand Theft
No, it's
Alvarado.
Grand Theft Alvarado. No Jose in the front. It doesn't make any sense with the
I thought you were
Jose
going
in
to
the
say
front.
Jose Cuervo.
Grand Theft Alvarado, also awesome nickname.
Hmm.
And I wrote down some of my other favorite nicknames:
Hmm.
Beef Stew, Spida
That's the
Mitchell.
that's the best.
Like, there's, I thought that the NBA was in a bad era because you think about like Cat, Ant,
Yeah,
SGA,
it's just initials.
trash nicknames. But then, like, when you actually start to like get into some, it's like, all right, Slim Reaper's still out there.
Durantula.
The Halliban,
What about that's
awesome.
crazy. What about the ref saying the Joker when he was doing the replay?
Yeah, that
The
one's just
Joker.
something else.
Yeah.
Luka
All right,
Magic isn't great.
my last point on this before we go is Hack Mitch will be in effect in the playoffs.
It will.
Man, you are shooting 38%, I believe, from free throw line.
Jamie,
We
can
are
we look that up? Is the last 2 minutes a bonus after a certain amount of fouls?
we're hacking you. You
Oh
better
yeah,
38%, dude. Rudy's at 50 too. That's bad too.
that's a full go.
All
He
right,
needs he
to the
needs to start throwing these up for at least a three or something.
Wolves game after the break.
Wolves Nuggets. We'll be right back. Peace. Peace, y'all. Go ahead.
Back. We are back.
Cut the clip right here. Right here.
The Wolves are back too.
Is that for real? I heard a word on the street.
Word on the
Never
street is the
know.
Wolves are so back.
Wolves in the street, or Ben wants to go to the most expensive Wolves game left in the calendar.
Wolves
Dude,
versus
Wolves
Rockets.
versus Rockets would be such a fun game. I'd get to watch KD Slim Reaper in person. Like, how many games is he gonna have left playing in Minnesota? Be
After
Dude,
the
did
win,
you
after the win against the Nuggets, the Timberwolves are now the 4 seed and the Rockets are the 3rd seed.
I
dude,
was
did
very surprised to hear that the Rockets are the 3 seed, being a very NBA casual. Like,
All right,
did
don't
you
say
know
that when you're on our podcast.
sorry.
did you know KD talk shit about his teammates, man? We could watch that unfold.
I did hear about that one. Triple double cocaine bear is crazy.
I'm sitting lower bowl, dog.
Zach don't go if it ain't first row.
Bro, it's an hour and a half drive, 3 hour round trip. I'm not going for 212, section 212. Fuck no.
Well,
That's
let's
fair.
let's speak on probably the Timberwolves' hardest rivalry, or just seems to get prime time matchups every single time these two teams face. The Nuggets hosted the Timberwolves here for the second back-to-back of the ESPN schedule here. Another great matchup. Not a lot of injuries on the board. Aaron Gordon, Peyton Watson, and a couple other weak players are
Two
out, I should
two
say.
rotation guys, starter and a
Yeah,
rotation
and
guy.
Spencer Jones. Um, dude, kind of fell apart here. Jokic's toll is going hard at him. He looked a little bit bigger than usual, I have to say too, man. I don't know it's from coming back from injury, but I I don't know. I don't know. Him, as Teske mentioned, Joker uses his body when he needs to, and he looks
Joker?
tired as hell time at sometimes, and he looks fast as hell.
Joker's a crazy one. Never heard that one.
Joker's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
uh, this team is interesting. And then we're talking Nuggets first. Cam Johnson, man, can we? He is bad. He's bad. He had 0 points today. That's what he's on the team to do,
I
and he
think that
had
I
zero
saw his
points.
plus minus was minus 13.
Yeah, probably the worst in the team,
and
up
the
there
whole
with
Teske, for your awareness, the whole goal of non-Jokic minutes and the whole reason they have to continuously do this season over season is not to get better or still have a positive plus minus when he's off the floor. It's just to keep it at zero or very close to the
It's not
negatives.
even close. It is so
um
significant. It is so noticeable. It was ridiculous. It was like when the best player on a high school team gets subbed out of the game and everybody else is just like, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" It was ridiculous out there. It's like, how can you guys really just don't know how to run this at all when he's not on the floor? It's crazy.
A
well, I
career
actually want to
low 3 points attempted for Cam Johnson at 4.5. Still shooting 42%. Don't know how, but
I
a
don't
third
know either.
career low 11.6. Hasn't done that since his third year with Phoenix there. Um,
Cam Johnson was doing cardio out there. I actually want to talk about the benches first.
okay.
Valanciunas, they pick him up in the offseason for the backup big for Jokic to, as you said, try to stay as even as possible. Played 10 minutes today. 10 minutes. That's all he gets. Jokic gets the whole first, basically the whole third, as a
Zeke played
sub.
today though, Zach.
That was garbage time.
No, he was in the rotation for the first half. Um, he played a little bit there, and when you look up
Like
Zeke
2 minutes.
it's a center they don't trust. When Jokic and Valanciunas were out at the same time during that season, where a lot of other people were. I mean, during this season when Aaron Gordon was dealing with his first injury as well, they have to play his second-year player or rookie player, Darren Holmes. They're doing whatever they can to not play Zeke Naji. And this guy still has 8 million next year and then a player option after that. I don't know who the hell was so urgent. He's fired now, but I don't know who the hell was so urgent on giving this man the longest contract extension ever for a
That
mid player who they do not want to play.
that Minnesota Hooper. But I'm reading these minutes, and you have your usual three and Jokic, Murray, Braun, all over 37 minutes each. 37 each
Braun
or
played
more.
37.
And then you get the bench going. You got Tim Hardaway at 34, guys.
He played great. He played great.
He
That
played
this
great,
this loss is not on him, and he's one of my
highest
favorite role players.
highest plus minus, but that's just because he played a ton and probably some without Jokic. He's at minus 17 on the day. Bruce Brown had 28. So they started Strother, but played over 10 minutes less than Bruce Brown. Started Cam Johnson, and he played over 10 minutes less than Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
So they really are having these seven guys go at it. In all reality, they're trying to spot minutes with Valanciunas. Give him 5 to 10 minutes is what he got today. Aaron Gordon will start for him, so that's a huge plug and play minute filler. That I think that's what they're missing, a dude who does everything and a big guy.
Yeah.
When
They're
Aaron
talk-
Gordon comes back, will Valanciunas play at all? Because
yeah, he'll probably play his
Jackson told me that he's 33 years old. The man looked like he was 50 out there. He
he
was
wanted to
so
retire.
slow, immobile. Like this man, same way that I felt about Harrison Barnes from the first game. It's like, what are we doing? Like, there's nobody like just more athletic that we can have out on the floor. You mentioned Valanciunas. He played 10 minutes. It, correct me if I'm wrong. Was he minus 15 in those 10 minutes today? Like
Uh,
he was one of two guys worse than Cam Johnson's plus minus.
that is
And
correct.
those
Yes.
10 minutes are the 10 minutes that Jokic was out. It's like that's tough.
Yeah, he'll play a little. He'll be the spot dude with behind Jokic. 10 minutes though. You think that's 5 minutes a half?
Yeah, you say that's all that it is, but when he's minus 15 in those 10 minutes, it's hard for me to root for him. It's hard for me
That's
to
when
continue to
Nasri was
say
cooking a
that.
little bit for a second there.
Nasri was cooking
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
specifically.
he got jellied on. He got Euro stepped once. But the thing is about this bench, it is a strong reason of why both the GM and head coach got fired last year. Now, this is a bench that had Russell Westbrook. They tried to do Dario Saric. They tried to do a couple other players. I think I would say this is one of their stronger benches that they've had, other than a championship
Championship.
like level when Bruce Brown was actually good too. By the way, um, it cannot be forgotten that Peyton Watson has won Player of the Week in the Western Conference one time before this year.
They're missing two guys. Like they're missing a bench guy and a starter. So they'll be all right bench wise.
And they
Um,
played well with Jokic's injury out. They withstanded a lot better, and they're actually playing worse right now, more than general. The
mhm.
Nuggets are fucking 4-6 right now. You know,
Jokic Jokic has been struggling shooting. He shot 26 times today.
yeah,
Ended up being 15 for 26, which is fine. But his shots don't look as smooth. Um, he was one assist from a triple double, but that's just him. That's how he does it every game. You don't really notice he didn't have a dominant game. I didn't
yeah.
think so. Thought he was turning the ball over a little too sloppy or just sloppy plays in general. Um,
I
he
would like to
eventually
talk
started.
about, yeah, I would like to talk about a starter on this team, two starters. Christian Braun, first of all. Man has played 24 games this year, dealt with a lot of injuries, got a crazy extension this past summer. Now I get it. He played 79 games, started 77, 15 points per game, close to 40, 38% from the field. This year, Zach, he's shooting 28% from the three,
I still
11.
trust him though.
I do not trust him. We used to do a lot of comparisons of Christian Braun or this person, Christian Braun or this person. How much of an impact would Cam Thomas have, or would his plus and minus just be like a Jonas Valanciunas, where it does some good, but there's a lot more bad that comes out of it?
He was positive today. I don't like. I know plus minus isn't the ultimate stat, but he had 0 turnovers in 38 minutes. You're not getting that against another guy. I just
That's
trust
Christian
him with the
Braun
ball.
today.
Yeah. I just trust him with the ball. Athletic guy. I'd take him over Cam Thomas any day of the week.
He is a champion.
And I think he leads to winning more. Like I think he's willing to play defense, willing to get loose balls. 0 turnovers. That's hard to do in 38 minutes of basketball,
Oh yeah,
especially because he has the ball a decent, not
and
like
he's
decent
not
amount,
the
but
best ball handler to still have 0 turnovers. I'm just a little bit disappointed. I imagine the front office, though they understand through injury and they believe in him, I bet they're not only pissed about Cam Johnson eating up a lot of their money, but then not being able to give a lot of it to Peyton Watson as well.
yeah, he's
Um,
5 for 9 today and 5 free throws, made them all. Um,
unimpactful. Bones Highland has been more impactful as of late. I'm
yeah,
not done
Bones
with
is
the
just
Nuggets though.
yeah,
Before we move
Bones
on to
is
the winner of today's
streaky.
matchup, if you didn't remember, Zach, Jamal Murray's is in his 10th year with the fucking Nuggets. Played Nuggets 10 years here. 25 points a game, first All-Star nod. This guy can find himself in the right spots. I don't know why Teskena watched so many Jamal Murray games here, but he is consistently in rhythm and such a good pairing with him. I just don't think he's ever the in fault. Same with Jokic here.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
think. Go ahead,
I
Tessie.
yeah, Jamal Murray, he's just such a smooth player. Like when he's got the ball, like it feels like he's able to get around whatever defenders are on him. When he shoots it, I don't expect it to go in all the time, but damn, if he's open, I do. It's awesome. He's in his 10th year, but he really doesn't look like it. He was getting dogged on defense today, though. I mean, there was multiple possessions. He's guarding Io, he's guarding Bones, getting just dogged. They're just getting whatever they want, and that's tough. Like that's really, really tough. You're an all-star level player, but just he's just not a defender.
They're missing a big defender in Peyton Watson, man. He'd be that on-ball defender.
I'd ask this: why weren't the Wolves favored in this matchup at all today?
Uh, at Denver, air's thin. Jokic.
Is that a point five every single time when anything is hosted in Denver?
Well, it's a little more than so like home court is a little bit, and then Denver is another mini boost.
Yeah, so do you think Vegas adds a little point five edge there?
Did the
Anytime
Wolves play yesterday too?
the Wolves, I forget.
Clippers? Did they play the
Yeah, they
Clippers
did.
yesterday?
I think
That's
that was a back to back.
that's a big one,
No,
huge
that
one.
was Thursday. That was Thursday.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. They
But
had
still on the
three
road.
days
That's always
off.
something. Yeah, that's a lot of time.
That's-
What did you see from the Timberwolves that you liked today, Zach? Other than the dub.
Well, you kind of set me up for. I was going to talk about something else. I was going to just talk about how they played 8 guys total.
Hmm.
They're doing playoff rotation in the regular season right now. This is what it looks like. They had really no guys that were hurt. That no guys hurt. Terrence Shannon didn't play because of coach. Jalen Clark didn't play, and then everyone else we expect not to play.
Yep.
Um, so it looks like it's gonna be the starters, and then it's gonna be Nas as the big, and then 2 guards and Sumo and Bones. They have no wing depth. They're
None.
it's Jaden McDaniels.
I think that was the best. I wrote it down right here. I mean, the Bones and AO pairing today was kind of great and everything they want out of the trade. The Rob thing's a wash. Whatever.
I
Bring
agree.
back a strong, framed, not too much playoff experience, but knows what to do with the ball. Connected with Bones Highland, who is grateful for the role and ready to take over. I mean, I can't think about how many times this guy's hit some big shots in the Timberwolves uniform this year.
Bones is insane. Bones
Oh
is
yeah.
crazy to me. I don't know his career story and how he where he
And
is right now is
yeah,
unbelievable.
like Tessie, this guy couldn't
Unbelievable.
get along with that said Jokic. He did not enjoy being part of the Denver Nuggets organization. Missed flights, excited and kind of forced his way out to the LA Clippers until that
I'd
didn't
say he's
work out
been
either.
on teams, dude. Like
He's definitely got a big personality. I mean, there was a point during the broadcast that we spent like a minute and the announcers are just talking about his celebration that he was doing. It's like, all right, we could probably move on from this, but the energy that that man brought, like that was awesome. He brought just another sense of life to the Timberwolves that Nuggets couldn't really match. Between him and Io, like they were fantastic. It
he's
was fun.
he's
It was
almost
fun to
like what
watch.
he's almost like what they we wanted Rob Dillingham to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Tim Conley kind of had a little bit of him in Denver uh, as a former first round pick. Brought him in last year as a two-way. Knew he wasn't getting into the playoff spot. They weren't going to waive anyone. They just wanted him there. Played a little bit of the regular season, and then they brought him in full standard this year. What a
Worried
great
about worried
addition.
about worried about him in the playoffs though.
Uh, He will likely, Zach, have a cold game, no?
We'll have a cold game and still shoot, and then
But the
they'll
problem
be
is when seven turnovers stack up on the other side as well.
he'll be in every single action. He's on the court on the defensive end. They will throw him in every action.
Bones
Are
Highland,
there
another good nickname.
another great nickname? Love that. Um, yeah. Are there multiple Wolves that are just really streaky? Dante had a flamethrower today, dude. It was he was shooting it butter every time. It
He
was
only shot
fantastic.
threes.
It's
Yeah.
it's so many catch and shoots. It's
He was
absurd.
5 for 10 on threes. That was his shot chart. His whole entire shot chart.
Yeah, he's shooting field goals attempted is 10 a game right now. Three pointers attempted a game, it's eight.
I was gonna say 8.
Jeez.
But
He's shooting 39 from three this year. So
yeah, that's why his field goal's 43 too, by the way, because it's about that and just a couple extra maybe layups in the lane. It's an interesting thing that you have to deal with as a starting point guard for the Wolves. That's why I have worries. I mean, that's been a worry and a mention all year, no? You know,
they'll be
statement
all right
win.
with Ant, in my opinion.
When I watched Ant in when I watched that live Clippers game, what comes to my mind, and this is not the recent one, it was the one where I went to in person where the Clippers blew them out at home. Ant, when he wants it, he needs to call his ISOs. It's like he's addicted occasionally. He needs to get
He
his one
is.
or two a
That boy is
quarter.
a. This is what I do.
Yeah, he's addicted to his
Talk
ISO,
shit
and
back to Finch.
he needs his piece a little bit. And so when he does that, or when he's hunting it a little too hard, I find the force to be too much. He loses his ball control, and it leads to turnovers.
I I wouldn't. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just thinking they have four ball hand. Their two of their bench guys are ball handlers in Bones and Ao, and
Julius
then
Randle, I could
Dante
trust
can.
bring up the court every single time.
No, okay, now
I don't know
you're
about
upgrading.
every single time, but
Well, you don't want
Point guard
that. That's not
Julius.
ideal. But like I actually just trust him to protect the ball. He gets other people involved, sometimes more than Ant.
Well, he's half the time late in this game they were letting him. They weren't. He wasn't shooting the three, but they were sagging off of him, and he was just dropping it off and setting picks. That's what he became.
Yeah, he's
I was. I
adaptable, and I
just.
appreciate that.
I was shocked by that. I thought for sure he was just gonna step into the three.
Yep, Josh Hart style. Got to do something
For
else.
it was pretty late into the third quarter, and Naz Reid had 2 points. It was before like that fourth quarter start when Jokic went out. And Naz Reid had 2 points, and I was just really shocked. I was like, I don't know, is he streaky as well? Is it Nas is streaky? Is Bones streaky? Dante, we've kind of confirmed that he's a good shooter, but is that going to be a downfall for the Timberwolves come playoff time? Is the fact that we only have 8 guys, and if a couple of them are off, uh-oh, we just got Ant.
It's
Granted, in the
Go ahead.
playoffs, you shrink your rotation, so you're playing 7 through 9 in general in the playoffs. So it's a small rotation in general, and you'd like give or take 30 points from your bench. Like 30 doesn't sound like a ton from your bench. So that's in the Wolves clip. That's 10 a pop between Bones, Nas, and Ao. And
Yeah,
Ao's
fair.
gonna get you your solid 12 a night, probably, or a little more, a little less.
I'm thinking
I think that's
less,
high.
man. Yeah, I just haven't seen the pattern yet lately. It's been a
That's
little
fair.
disheartening, but I enjoyed the pairing today just with Bones. It was complimentary.
Nas will shoot his way to 10 because he
100%.
gets enough minutes, and then it's the Bones factor that. But you're still relying heavy on Dante to have 15 and Ant to have 30. You got to get up to like in the playoffs. You got to add up to 110, 115 to get
Yeah.
the win. So you're trying to do the math on how are these 8 guys going to get you to
You'll get
110
lucky if Rudy gets a double double
for sure.
offensively at times.
You're
But
like,
you know what? You know who I trust? Who can have a maybe a 20-point game every other? Maybe. Jaden McDaniels, man. He is constantly getting himself into the lane and making these tough little floaters and just his rhythm and touch has been a great development for what, 6 years almost he's been in the league.
it's been a while.
I did not expect this development, Zach, at a 15 point per game. He is the dark horse for this team. As much as Rudy Gobert ties in the defense, Jaden McDaniels, more than a 3 and D at times.
Hmm.
Um, these two matchups had me thinking about a question here. We have the face of the league, and then we have the next up. They'll eventually take it over. Like in the next up, Cooper, I don't know if you can say Khan yet, because I just don't know if Khan it was just going to plateau. You know what I mean? Wemby is going to be there, and then we got the old heads. It's old KD, Steph, LeBron on the way out, and then currently Joker and Shea. Then Tatum will come up, Luca comes up. You know, Anthony Edwards is trying to make himself known here, and Wemby is trying to make himself known here. Pretty soon, we're getting a lot more national televised games, more than we've gotten right now. Teske, who's on their way out of the face of the league other than LeBron?
Maybe this Joker guy that he keeps saying.
On their way out. You're not gonna like to hear this one, Jackson, but he's getting really, really old.
Oh
And there's
gosh.
some new shooters coming in.
He's learned everything from him.
I mean, you
There's,
named the three, dude. You named the three guys that are 37 plus. What do you want us to say?
yeah.
I mean, Steph's got a little bit more miles at times for how much he runs, but dude, he seems the least tired out of all three of those guys.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I
know.
can't see him going to 41.
You can't.
I don't see him doing that.
You
But
see
maybe
KD
like he could
playing in
do.
the 2028 Olympics? That's up there.
Is he gonna shit talk his Olympic teammates too?
Not when it's with the country. Not when the country's involved. You
This
know?
ant guy, he's like the Energizer bunny on cocaine.
Okay, if the NBA is trying to do a matchup where it's the 5 and 5 best players, is Ant already on the top 10 for face of the league?
Is it five and
Yeah.
five best players? Is there any kind of like
No
old
structure.
heads versus young heads or
No, no, it's just like who's the face of the league right now? Is Wemby and Anthony Edwards both in it as the top 10 for sure?
Yeah,
yes.
dude, are you dumb? Why are we talking about this?
I
Of
think there's a
course.
lot of players to be on the face of the league, and I don't know
You
if
just
Wemby's fully solidified it there.
he's gonna be first team All NBA dog. Don't say he's not
Hey man, it's
solidifying
about
this.
branding. Doesn't have his own signature shoe.
Yes, he does.
Never made the playoffs yet. It's a
Oh,
no, that's a
Wemby.
player
Okay.
exclusive. That's different too. It
Okay, this
hasn't
guy,
made the playoffs. He hasn't won anything other than Rookie of the Year.
he won the height contest, number one. He won the freak off. Whoa.
Say what?
Um,
Is that when he faces the Greek Freak or what?
I don't know, man. But if you just look at the All NBA, first, second team, they're both going to be on it. They're both
Yeah,
fringe first team All NBA guys. What do you
it's
mean?
just
Who else
crazy to
is going to
name.
be the
I mean,
face of the league, dude?
I don't. It's hard to name a third-year player as the face of the league when the best thing he's ever done is win a silver in the Olympics.
I just don't think that a kid from Washington is going to be like, oh yeah, I like Khan more than I like Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I think there's, I think there's a little con crazy going on right now.
I just don't know the other options. Other option, Jalen Johnson, because Wemby clears him by twice as
No, 100.
Scotty
What other
Barnes.
options?
Like who?
Um,
Cooper?
I mean, Jalen Brunson is in there.
Brunson's a guy that might sit a little bit more on the fringe,
Cade Cunningham's
truthfully.
there.
Cade is there.
I think this is very reasonable, Zach. There's a lot
I
more
don't.
stars than you think. I'm looking at our first, second, and third team right now. Let's do
Okay,
face
Jalen
the league.
Brunson,
I mean, you're
no
telling me
dunks. There you go.
LeBron can't fall off the face of the league while he's still in the league. I'll tell you that. Some
Okay.
people might like Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Maxey more than they like Victor Wembanyama.
No, they don't.
There's
No.
definitely some haters. There's a, "Hey, what has he done? What has he done?" You know,
No, man. I don't know what
Donovan
kind of
Mitchell.
NBA circles you're around, but
Man was
Wemby was the face before he came in.
no,
When Wemby was getting drafted, it was the craze. It was everybody needs this man.
dude.
He played the first 10 games and it's like, "Oh, these are must-watch television now." We went to a Wemby game his rookie year
It was a
because we
disappointing game.
I don't know. I saw a man that was 7'5" hit a step back three, and my socks were blown off. Like,
Mancho's Mr. Fundamental Footwork, Jalen Brunson over Wemby, man. No one's liking the
For face
Jalen
of the
Brunson.
league,
The head? Fuck no.
dude, he's in the biggest city in the whole country.
Is in the has the world, dog.
yeah, Wemby's the king of France. Like,
You guys realize, oh my gosh, y'all tripping
He's the
because
king.
I just, I think he has some room to go. If he locks up his defensive player of the year and they make it past the second round, I'm open and ready to have the conversation. They've failed
I think
a couple times and we jumped the gun early on some high profile people like Zion, like Jaw. Things can happen.
that's a good
they
point.
never did
Thank
they
you.
never did this stuff though for Wemby.
Dude,
Wemby's doing stuff
the
in his
Zion
hype
prime.
did.
for Zion
The
was
hype for Zion was
unbelievable.
so real. I watched that man blow
Obama
out
had to
of a
come
pair of
down.
Nikes.
Obama had to come down on a random weeknight to watch him play. And that's when he
I
blew out the Nike.
He blows out Nikes. It was a round of 32 game March Madness. It was Zion versus Taco Fall, and my day was paused. I needed to see Zion go against this guy that was
Yeah.
also 7'5", and what's going to happen here? Because if there's anybody that's going to stop Zion, surely it's this freak.
And that's so funny you mentioned that, Teske. I was in Seattle and stayed in the hotel room just to finish watching this game because
That
this
one was must
Taco
see.
Fall Zion, I have to
Yes.
see this, man.
I
Zion
do
had the
think,
capture of this country like Wemby has.
Hmm.
yeah, I think Wemby has it more. I think if you were to ask the kids out there if you like Wemby or Luca, I think it would be close. So
That's true. That's
I think
true.
he clears a lot of these other guys. Luca's been unbelievable in his career. Dude, it's a Wemby world. We're living in a Wemby world. He's gonna be first team All NBA. He does the freakiest of freakiest shit, and that's what people like to see
I do
on the
think
court.
that
But
they're.
Teske, guess what? And Zach, we haven't even mentioned three players right now. We
Go
haven't
ahead.
even mentioned the MVP. I haven't even said Shea's name.
He's better than Shea. Not better than Shea. He's has
The ceiling is
people
higher.
not even the ceiling's higher, and people like to watch him more. People don't like
Shea,
to watch free throws.
Shea, Giannis,
Nope.
Tatum. I haven't
Eh,
even mentioned those three guys.
Tatum.
he clears Tatum.
Tatum is a strong face of the league. The NBA pushes for him constantly. The NBA loves him as the face of the league. Fans love him. He always gets a high selling jersey every year. I'll pull it up
Ants past Tatum for face of the league.
I would agree with
Giannis
that
doesn't shoot
too.
threes. Giannis
That's
is a
a
bulldozer.
location bias, maybe.
Maybe,
I
dude,
don't
these
think it
kids,
is.
bro.
I
I think
think
these
that
kids love Ant.
Ant is such a personality, and
Yeah,
like,
off the court.
yeah, in comparison, when you compare that with Tatum, it's like, bro, Tatum's a joke.
Because he's on a bag of Ruffles and doing a SoFi commercial. Like,
Well, and he's like, anything is possible.
We
okay,
did
that
it.
was
We
cringe.
did it. Get
Okay,
out of
top,
here, bro.
yo,
Ant says he scored 40, I'll score 40. We gonna go 25 and up.
Dude,
That's
people like
awesome.
Ant for his dunks, his crazy stuff, his off the court. They like Wemby because they're not seeing this. Like, Shea is smooth butter. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not great. I think people like to watch Wemby more than they like to watch Shea.
okay, top 10 selling jerseys of the first half of this season. Number 10, Cade Cunningham. Number
Okay.
9, Tyrese Maxey. 8, Jokic. 7, Tatum. Still
Okay.
impressive. LeBron 6. Don't know how people still haven't gotten their jerseys yet on that. Number
Okay.
5, Shea.
Okay.
Number 4, Victor. Number 3, Jalen Brunson. Number 2, Luca. Number 1, Steph. Where's Anthony Edwards?
Where's
Uh,
have they not gotten Steph jerseys already?
yeah,
Golly.
facts, man.
Dude, they can't get enough. New humans are coming into the world. They can't get enough, man.
They gotta buy a Steph jersey before he retires and they go off sale.
Top dominating international appeal right now. Doncic, Wembanyama, Shea, Jokic, Antetokounmpo. Top selling out of that. Rising stars. Cooper Flag was number 11 for top selling jerseys.
Well, the Mavs needs a jersey, new jersey to buy.
That's true.
Mavs fans. And a bunch of these
Yeah.
guys are Europe guys. And like if they're not Europe guys, they're guys that have gone to Europe.
I
Steph is
just think it's
always
a
in
little
Europe.
interesting. Anthony Edwards, though, is a huge superstar, and the NBA likes him as the face of the league. They would like him to probably take a little bit more PR training.
Dude, if we ask guys if they like Ant or Jason Tatum, man, a random dude in Nebraska's never gonna say Tatum, dog.
No.
Ever.
Dude, this is a podcast. We're gonna sit here. Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's good.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
let's make
man.
this a
I
5 minute podcast. Yeah, okay.
and clear. Okay, now you're just lying.
No, I'm not, I'm being for. I'll stand by what I said.
All right, all right.
I'll stand by what I said. Because right now, Victor Wembanyama is not in that top 10 face of the league yet. After this year, when he locked the defensive player of the year, and if people give him a nod for the first team,
He's not. He was number 3 jerseys.
number 4,
Okay.
Was he
Name
runner
9
up for
guys that are
defensive player of the year last year?
he couldn't have been.
Okay, so he didn't
games.
win defensive player of the year because he was ineligible.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna hold that against him.
But his rookie team, he did make a defensive team.
Uh, isn't there a poll at the end of the season that GMs say like who would you most like to start your franchise
The
around?
GM
Oh
survey
yeah.
is in the beginning.
Oh,
It's
okay. And
Jokic,
who did
Shea,
they
a lot of
say?
those.
Oh,
Jokic,
Oh,
Shea,
100%.
some
It was
Wemby's.
GM survey of 2025. It's 100% Wemby. It used to be,
okay.
I mean, the GM survey is very, very interesting.
It's also age based.
It's
Yeah.
age
They're
based
like,
because, but like most likely to have a breakout season. Most GMs voted Emma and Thompson.
yeah, I would have guessed that.
Um, who's the best shooting guard in the NBA? 70% voted for who do you think?
Shooting guard.
Tyler Hero.
Anthony Edwards. Now this one's tough because best shooting guard tied for third is 7% Luca, 7% Shea, and then
He could
for
split. They could split.
best point guard is 73% Shea. Two is Luca at 17, and Luca wins the small
Small
forward
forward.
at
Yeah.
40%. Um, but oof, who would you start a team with? Is your answer then not you're skipping the Cooper, you're going right to Victor Wembanyama?
Yes. I
Yes.
am
What
going
is it?
right with
What is it?
Wembanyama.
I'm trying to find it.
Say it's probably like 80. No, there's probably some Jokic and Shea voters. So
Okay, if
It's
you're starting
probably
a
just
franchise
the
to sit,
Spurs
if
because
you
they
could,
can't.
yeah, if you're starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the NBA, who would it be? Number one answer at a smacking 83%. Victor Wembanyama.
yeah,
Last year he
not
won it
top
at
10 though.
he won it at 77%.
Definitely not a face of the league. Like
Not top 10
we
face.
can't give him
Maybe
that
next
yet.
year. Maybe next year.
Right now, I'm taking Jalen Brunson. Jason Tatum.
I will stand by. I will stay by Jalen Brunson as well. Not Jason Tatum. He's not playing right now, but like I still don't think Victor Wembanyama is top 10 face of the league. Not
I'll
yet.
Okay.
give Jalen Brunson some flowers. Like I
All
wasn't
right.
familiar with how
I
skilled
didn't,
that man was until like today.
See, that's because you don't. That's a problem,
But I tell you what, I knew about Wemby.
I don't know what NBA Jackson's watching.
dude. Yeah, when okay, yeah. They talk about the 7'5" guy more than the 6'2" guy. What's new, man? That's
Yeah,
shocking.
because he's doing fucking 360 alley oops, dog.
With his toe on the ground or something like
Doop.
that.
He just tips the ball with his fingertip.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Or what about corner
Uh,
fadeaway threes?
Teske, we appreciate you here, but before we go, we got to pick games of the week.
You don't want to ride another segment? Let's run another
You
segment.
want to run another meeting?
Fuck it. PG, Iggy, do some other stuff. I'll get some
I,
going.
I've still got some stuff to talk about. I
All
want to
right,
cover this.
man.
I we
Extra
didn't even
long.
we kind of skipped past it, but I'd like to look into a little hindsight Rudy trade because I loved watching him today. Like
Okay.
I
Wow.
thought he had a very good game today.
Rudy
I
talk.
can we can do that. We can do some career. Should I do a couple career?
Yo, let's do a career thing. Before we go to a break, Teske,
Wait,
give
wait.
me some more nicknames. Nicknames.
Some more nicknames from my list that I love today. We kind of covered Bones. Bones is an awesome nickname. I've only
Hmm.
ever known him as Bones. Love that.
Yeah.
Swipa, De'Aaron Fox, fire.
Faster,
That's a good one.
faster.
I learned today. Young Hansen has a nickname. Young Handsome makes sense to me. Uncle Drew is awesome. One of my friends from lacrosse, I think it was my friend Jake, introduced me to Skinny Penis, as in
Yep.
Pascal Siakam. Love it.
Great Barrier Thief is a great one for Dyson Daniels.
Teske did
It's
say
on
that
my
one
list
today.
here.
That was
Uh,
Slow
great.
mo.
Michael, the play ends here. Porter Jr. Love that. Did I already
King
say it?
James.
Oh, Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew is
You
such a
said
cool
Drew.
nickname,
I
bro.
mean, that has a movie,
Yeah.
man. That's a
I
movie.
think he unfollowed that on Instagram, by the way, too. Could be dead.
When
Could be
will the
dead.
NBA do the segment again where players can have their nicknames on their jerseys? Because it's such like a young, like that happened such a long time ago. And it's just, is it just ever gonna happen again? Like, was it just
Trickle
a
down,
once in a lifetime?
trickle down economics or what?
Yeah, group economics for Iguodala. But they had that during the bubble, group economics. And Ayo, we can talk about him if you want, man.
I don't know.
Ayo?
There's a lot.
All right, Teske, we're gonna come back and I'm gonna be the mediator.
You have
Teske,
okay.
you're gonna be arguing the Andre Iguodala career. Zach's gonna be arguing Paul George's career. Who
We
had a
might not,
better career?
we might have another couple more too.
Yeah, all right.
All right,
Ooh,
all
we'll be
right.
right back. All right, we're back for the coveted career battle. New segment. We got buy or buy. We got the career battle. We've done CP3 versus Russ before. I think Zach and I have. I've invited my good friend and roommate Teske to debate, and he's done a switch off because he feels so passionate that he needs to defend Paul George here. He will be doing the Paul George side. Zach is doing an Andre Iguodala side. Zach, give me your opening argument here. Why should Andre Iguodala be considered a better NBA career than the ongoing career of Paul George?
I believe um his longevity, his just like value around the league as in like from a teammate standpoint. He has some rings. He's just been in the biggest situations. He's done it. He's been a bench guy and been good, been a starter and been good. I just think overall I'd rather take the rings and just the money as Ben's about to argue, I think.
What do you have to say? I mean, Ben, go ahead, please.
I'm not going to argue anything about money. I'm going to argue about the pure stats behind it. I mean, Iguodala, you look at his career overarching and think that he had the most success when he was pretty deep as a role player. And when Paul George was really cooking in his prime, he was fantastic. He was a beast. I mean, we're looking at like 6 out of 7 seasons consecutively as an all-star, and two, three of those on an all NBA or all defensive team. So
Looking at and comparing those years, this Indiana Oklahoma 4 year run of I'm doing playoff stats. 27 points per game, 28, 25, 29. But what these are all first round series. The four seasons I just read are only first round. He didn't make it past the first round on any other ones.
he may not have made it past the first round, but he also didn't have necessarily the supporting cast that Andre Iguodala had. I mean, Andre Iguodala, when he's playing on those teams, is the fourth offensive option. And Paul George, although first round exit, he was the dude and he was still putting up those numbers. Um, I'm curious when Paul George is putting up those 28 points per game or so, if you took the stats that Andre Iguodala had through the whole playoffs, what does it amount to in comparison to just Paul George in that first round series? Because from a career standpoint, I'm looking at Andre Iguodala has 11 points per game. That's tough.
Definitely tough. Definitely had some down years the last 2 years with the Golden State Warriors. His last championship with the Golden State Warriors, played 31 games, averaged
He
40
was a
points per
coach.
game. Yep.
He was a
Zach,
coach.
give me give me the card. Other than the rings, there's something else big on his radar there with Andre Iguodala. What is it?
Uh, he got that Finals MVP.
I mean, that's the biggest
That's
deal.
what he got.
He's got that and then number 9 retired with the franchise. Can Paul George get his number retired anywhere? It's kind of like a
I
KD mystery. Well, KD will get his jersey retired with the Warriors. That's been said. Part of an NBA career is having that home. It's like having a grave at a franchise. Paul George, I don't know if he's going to get that in Indiana.
I think you can make a pretty strong argument that he would get it in Indiana.
You need to make the argument.
Yeah, I do think that you can argue that he would get it in Indiana. From a franchise that has had some success. He took over as the face of the franchise for a little run there. I mean, all defensive first team, all defensive second team, all defensive second team, all NBA third team,
Whoa.
one, two, three times in Indiana.
That is the defensive teams don't go unnoticed. They aren't just handing those out. Now, I believe Iguodala has a couple there too.
He is
You might have
two. Paul is four. Paul George. I'm not arguing Paul George. Paul George has better stats in almost every category, essentially. Almost every, besides assists and rebounds currently. But he might pass him in those two. He has the four rings to the zero. There are only 3 years difference in seasons played so far. Iggy played 15 playoffs, Paul George 11 All-Star games. Paul George wipes Iggy, but we get the four rings, we get the Finals MVP, and here's a huge kicker. Do you want to be known as your legacy as a PED user, potentially missed medication user? I don't think Iggy got suspended for that.
Do you want to be known as your legacy as the guy that got blocked in the play that was the block
Yeah,
in the
we just wash it over with our Finals MVP trophy.
Do you want to be known as the player that had to be traded away from a franchise that would have benefited from a Shea Kawhi? You're the reason. You could have given us so much, and then we have to let you go too.
if you
Like a
look
major
at
team hopper.
Team Homie Hopper.
what that man was doing when he got traded, he was third in MVP voting behind primetime Giannis and James Harden. He was higher in MVP voting than Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, currently in his prime.
Teske, I'll
Like
ask you that.
that
Do you
season
know how that season ended for him, by the way?
for Paul George, I would assume that it was probably a first round exit in OKC.
I can tell you the shot when we're actually in Portland. Dame's
Ah,
Dame's going for a little something there, and it was time. His Paul George's and soon to be Russell Westbrook's season ended with that buzzer beater right over him on his all defensive team. Going back to the Indiana Pacers thing, I'm looking at the career stats of all in the franchise of the Indiana Pacers. Paul George's name is nowhere to be found in a lot of the top 10 of these things. I'll say this, a funny thing here. Triple doubles all time is Sabonis at 18, blocks is Miles Turner. There's a lot of Reggie Miller. Field goal percentage is Isaiah Jackson. Assists per game is Tyrese Halliburton. Another funny one for offensive rating. Hard, strong, number one offensive rating is Tyrese Halliburton. Some funny ass number twos and threes. Number two being Obi Toppin.
Okay, so that award's fake. Yeah, I mean, Paul George is the better player, but I'm arguing career. Whose career I'd rather have?
Yeah,
It's Iggy.
no doubt.
I get the wins. I chillin. I'd rather win a bit. What's the difference between 300 mil and 600 mil or whatever it probably is?
And Zach, he has made an impact on the court and for the players. He is the president of the NBA Players Association. Soon we'll be getting rid of his title since he is retired here, but made some strong contributions there.
He's also into
in
tech. And do you want the guy who's into tech or do you want the guy
In the
who's in the
PEDs.
medication?
it, in Paul George's 7 seasons with the Pacers, he was in the playoffs 6 times. The season that he wasn't in the playoffs, he only played 6 games in the whole season. So if you take away that season that he only played 6 games, he made the playoffs for 6 seasons, 2 of which they were in the conference finals. The Eastern Conference Finals, 2013 and 2014. And who wins the Eastern Conference in those seasons?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
LeBron's licking his lips.
The God Squad Miami Heat.
Iggy's into more playoffs. 15 playoffs out of 19 years.
114 games for Paul George on Iguodala, which could still be counting here with Paul George. He's likely to continue that count. Andre Iguodala already finishing his career with 177 career playoff games and only started 81. There's a lot of there's a lot of deep runs,
No
obviously. He's
comment.
been to finals seven times too, by the way.
I mean, life on the line, open three, aliens pointing at you. You know the saying. What's the saying, Ben?
Blocked by
Say it.
James.
I want Iguodala.
10 years soon to be on that. Okay. Closing arguments. What's one thing here that can't be forgotten about your said player that should just end it all? Teske? Hmm.
Okay. I'll take
Um,
his spot.
yeah,
I'll
I
go.
got
I'm ready.
Iggy.
I'm ready. Sorry.
Okay,
It took
interesting.
me a
okay.
Collecting
second
his
there.
thoughts. You gotta, man doesn't just say what he's thinking,
It
he
was,
takes some
This is
yep.
a
time.
podcast, though. This is a podcast.
Dead
People probably
air.
got turned off.
Six-time All NBA player
Whoa.
with a career average over 20 points per game.
Leave it at
The
that.
little legacy.
Weak.
Leave it at that. And he's still building on that and soon might even catch up one day. And he might hit the 1,000 game mark here soon. Um, this is still an ongoing career. Maybe there's a playoff run that Paul George contributes when he returns. Zach, Andre Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala. Do you want to be like that funny guy in the locker room, the glue guy, the one that everyone likes, everyone wants to be in the group chat with? Everyone's like, "Yo, he's just the guy. He's the man. He can hook me up with some tech guys." Um, you get your money. You don't get as much money as Paul, but you're fine. You're fine, and you're making more. You're making more outside of basketball. Do you want to experience the feeling of riding that parade through that city, throwing out the streamers, throwing out the mini balls to the kids, man? Like that's what you get if you get Iggy's career. You get them writing your name on that MVP Finals trophy. Um, yeah, you get it all. You get winning, money, glue guy, relationships. You're not bouncing around. Teams want you. They're not trading you. Just overall, you don't. You also don't have to stop in OKC.
Iguodala
Think about it like that. You don't have to live there ever.
played for four teams, two times with the Warriors. Started there in Philadelphia with a little AI. Got himself a little bit of a role there. Dipped to Denver for a minute, Golden State, little vacation in Miami, and finishing right back as a basically coach for the last two seasons.
You
For
want
the
to be the
same
fun
amount of
guy or the
teams.
weird guy? You
We
get
have same amount of teams that Paul George played for. Bouncing around.
Well, we're still and counting,
bouncing.
no?
Feels like it. Feels like it.
Could
Because
still
we
be
all know
counting.
they want to trade Paul George's contract if they could. Could be a Washington Wizard one day. Who
You
knows?
want to be the fun guy or the weird guy? You pick.
That's crazy. Fun guy or weird guy? That's such a
Weird guy.
crazy argument.
You know,
You
Paul
want to be
George,
suspended and tarnish your legacy?
I've seen Paul George pretty happy about a PS5 more than an NBA trophy. You know, he is very
Does
passionate
Paul,
about
does
about
Paul
his
George have kids?
yes.
Okay. Well, you could be a better father.
What? Yo, that's
Such a
crazy.
bad argument, man.
I'm joking. I'm joking. That
Uh,
strike that. But everything else stands. You want to be the fun guy, the glue guy
allegedly,
everyone likes, or
allegedly,
do you want to
Zach.
be the guy that can't win
You
and
want to be
allegedly
playoff
took
P,
some wrong?
prescription P,
You want to
podcast
be the
P.
best. You want to be the best player on a team that still has success. It's not like the teams were just garbage. Like the teams were still winning games and having success. Or do you want to be the fourth guy, fifth guy
Finals
on
MVP
on a championship team
in the tech world. Finals MVP.
one time?
You just never, you just haven't thought about Silicon Valley, Teske.
Yeah, you haven't thought
God.
about bigger than basketball. This is bigger than basketball, dude.
Don't need it.
I
I
am
think
that a role
Iguodala played on
model.
the Olympic team too, but Paul George, did he ever officially play or after that injury in the exposition match where it was a practice game where, he did play
Oh
those six
yeah,
games? Did
no,
he ever play?
I don't
Why
believe
didn't
so. He
Teske,
like
why didn't Paul
really
George
messed.
represent our country?
It's a really well. He Paul George was on the United States men's Olympic team in 2016.
Is he a traitor?
All right, yeah, he did get the gold.
Is he
Okay.
He did
is
get
he
the gold.
communist?
Is he?
So no, he's not a bad guy. Hates his kids, hates his country. Like he was there, but he did
Yeah, I
miss
don't.
one
Okay,
because
I'll cut this if I need to, but this is
I just
strictly
love a parade.
on the personal life of Paul George. This is on Wikipedia, and I
He's
knew it
cutting
before
this.
this. I'm cutting this
He's cutting
probably.
this.
Who knows? So Wikipedia to start off his personal segment on Paul George is George is married to former stripper, blah blah blah. He once dated a daughter of Doc Rivers, who he later cheated on with the said stripper, and then got engaged to the stripper. And they have two
Dude, I
daughters
should
and
have
a
looked this
son.
up. I should have looked this up.
So
I should have
That
looked
hurts.
that
That
up.
hurts his career legacy. Are you kidding me? That's personal. That's personal life. That's not career. That's not. What is Iggy doing with this
I'm not
Silicon
saying there's
Valley
anything wrong with
money?
it, but once a cheater, once a cheater, I don't
He's in
know.
some app money. He's in some app money. And do you know
But what does
if
that have to
Paul
do with
George
his
hangs out with
career?
do you know if Miles if Paul George hangs out with
Hangs out with? What are we talking about right now? Be
Miles
for
Miles
Bridges.
real.
Bridges?
Be for
Miles
real.
Bridges
Miles Bridges is also an NBA player.
in LaMelo? Yeah, well, we know what Miles Bridges does. So we're cutting this. We're cutting this.
I don't know. I kind of like it. No, we'll
No, we
find
gotta
out.
cut it because I'm about to say some outlandish shit right now.
Yeah, Zach, what's
Uh,
Denny's nickname? Does he have a NBA nickname?
Dude, don't even make me try to come up with one right now.
I
Oh,
knew he did.
Teske
I
Teske
knew he didn't have a nickname.
off the camera was like, does Klingon have any contention for best white player in the NBA? Is he above
No, but
Sabonis?
he's damn good.
All right,
No, but he's up there.
he's up there. He's up there.
Not up there. He's a steps below Sabonis.
All
Dude,
right,
I was
y'all.
gonna make a Denny nickname, dog.
I might keep it. We'll find out. It's pretty good. It's kind of funny. My
Do you
dad
got
didn't
another
want me
one?
to turn down the swearing, but do I have more nicknames
I,
or more things on Paul George? I have more T on Paul George. And I will
no,
say
no
Andre Iguodala's
comparison.
son, the junior, is playing for Baylor right now. I forget if he redshirted, but he's got
So
a
that
kid
has to do
who's
with legacy? That has to do with
Yeah,
his
let's
legacy?
yeah, Baylor. We got a Baylor. You want a D1 kid or do you want Paul George's kid through another woman
Nine-time
through
All-Star. That's what are we talking about? Kid through another woman. Be for real. Be for real.
three
uh,
6-time
360
All-NBA. 6-time. You're talking about, oh, his kid played for Baylor. I don't care. I don't care.
uh, that's interesting that you think like that. Hmm. Next, you're gonna tell me. Next, you're gonna tell me Steven Adams had a better career than Zaza Pachulia. Then we're gonna really have a problem.
I don't know the answers to that. I'd have to do a little bit of research.
Before we call it here, I appreciate the long segment. You guys sticking around for this. Game of the week
It was my idea.
to
Or
do
you're
game
talking
of
to
the
the
week.
fans.
To
Yeah, we can do
what?
game
Do
of the week.
game of the week. I've got an unusual one here. I think it might be interesting. I think a lot of it has to do with Jalen Suggs finally shaving his head. It's Jalen Suggs coming
Big.
back to Minnesota on Saturday, 2 p.m. Prime Video. Peep it. I think it's a good game. Anthony Black,
Do you?
my guy, who might.
All right, well,
I feel like
I'll
I
say a
can't pick
better
every
one.
Knicks game or something like that, or every Spurs game. Got to pick something new here
I get it. I mean, there's just the Cavs and the Pistons play
We did see
on
that
Tuesday.
last week, though. We did see that
And
last
I'm
week.
pretty sure Beef Stew's back for you, Ben.
Beef
Beef stew.
stew. Lou.
So that's a big one. I mean, I could throw in Blazers Grizzlies. I know, but that's probably too
I
overwhelming for
can't
people.
believe you just said that. Why? Don't ever actually say that and mean that. We cannot.
Sorry,
No
sorry.
tanking team can be mentioned for the rest of the year,
Okay. Okay, sorry.
unless it so happens to
I
be the Jason
apologize.
Tatum return match that you think it's going to happen on. Do you
It's
think it's happening this week?
I'm gonna go 65% happens this week.
65% it happens this week.
Or maybe a couple more than that, Ben. What a couple more than 65? What would that be, Ben?
A couple more than 65. I mean, we're talking about like 67.
Got him.
God.
Got him.
Zach, the
Got
last
him.
game they would play this week is Sunday, ABC Prime matchup in Cleveland.
Too good. Too big of a game. We need to face a shitter.
Too big of
Wait,
a
Ben, do you have
game.
a nickname? Ben, do you have a game?
Yeah, that's probably my game is the Celtics Cavs on Sunday. I mean,
Oh,
it's a pretty big matchup. I mean, that's going to have some serious playoff implications. Like we talked about, there's a lot of evenness in those teams in the 2, 3, 4 range in the East. And so to get that kind of a game in this late in the season is pretty fun. There's a lot of the
I
top of the West. There must be a lot of those dudes just playing against one another. Like the Nuggets just have the hardest remaining schedule in the NBA right now, right? So they've just got a few matchups with OKC. They have are they matching up with the Timberwolves again? Are they like
Blazers have allegedly the easiest, by the way. I'll just say that
the Blazers?
for the remaining schedule.
Clippers
But
have
keep
an easy
going.
one too.
So this matchup, Celtics Cavs, I'd like to think that this will have some serious implication with, how things shake out for seeding, who's going to get the 3 versus the 4.
It's close.
So,
I do have a question for you, Ben. Do you have a
yeah.
nickname for Denny? And don't get too political on us.
For Denny, I don't have a nickname for Denny. No, there wasn't
All
anything
right,
that I
that's
could
your.
find. That's why I wanted to ask.
I call them back
I want the
spasms.
homework.
Back spasms.
I call him. I can't say that.
One more thing. Celtics do play on Friday. ESPN. Dallas Mavericks are in town. Cooper Flag making his return to his alleged home state in a way, or the closest state to him.
Double-digit win.
What do you think, Zach? Is that a potential
Double-digit
return
win.
then? Hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that Jason Tatum news go from out to questionable, and the world's gonna go oh, and I'm gonna pull him from my IR, and the league is gonna go oh.
You're just pulling him from our. No way you put him in the lineup, or you just put him in the lineup just for fun.
I'd put him in the lineup for fun. I mean, I've held him on the entire year. I drafted him. Um, yeah, I'm reading Denny's nickname is Turbo.
Turbo, that's awesome. Love that. Is he actually fast? Like, I can't imagine that he's fast.
I don't know why he's
I
called
don't know.
that.
They just call him Turbo.
I
One
don't
of my
mind
good
that.
one of my good friends in high school, he was the slowest guy on our baseball team. We called him Lightning McQueen.
I mean, Turbo is a
he has,
snail.
Love
There's
that.
a snail racing movie off of him.
yeah, there's a
Something
Off of-
Turbo
off of
ice cream
Denny.
line. Turbo ice cream line in Israel. I don't know.
But how do you know that? What
Just reading.
just learning
Dude,
about him.
What? I mean, we're on computers, aren't we? This thing can do everything, right?
All right. Well, we
Crazy.
appreciate everyone listening. This has been the Bench Points. Thank you, special guest Benjamin Teske. You guys can call him Testicle. Nicknames, or we're talking
No.
nicknames.
No, we can't
Say
do that.
goodbye. Say
We're not
goodbye.
gonna do that. We're not gonna end like that. That's crazy.
Say goodbye.
Nicknames, man.
Thanks for having me on. I guess.
Yeah, if we get like 10 text messages from people, we'll have them back on.
Of Teske,
It's fun time.
and it can't be Teske's brothers or his mom if they get us our number. That doesn't count.
My brothers will listen. My mom
Teske gets
will
one.
listen.
Teske gets one.
Okay.
All right. We appreciate everyone. Peace.
Peace.
All right, see ya. Blazers.